Hi guys, so as we talked about it during the live stream on Tuesday, Lord Frost plans to rip up the Northern Ireland Protocol and present a new protocol. He in his speech talked about how his Brexiteer government was regarded as untrustworthy by the European Union, and he said that with a straight face. Remember, Boris Johnson is in charge. He also said that the protocol is not working and causing severe economic damage to Northern Ireland, both of which are untrue. But then Frost and Johnson, it seems, never really intended to implement the Northern Ireland Protocol. The Oven-Ready deal, also known as the Withdrawal Agreement, was one of the biggest cases of dishonesty in modern UK history. Johnson agreed to it, then told his party he would not honour it so that they would go along with the scam. Now he and Frost are going back on that very deal, the very one that they signed. Well, the reaction from the European Union and Ireland was pretty stinging. This is Neale Richmond, the Irish government's European Affairs spokesperson, on the stunt Frost pulled yesterday.
But what has been consistent, that if the British government resiles on their very clear commitments to an international treaty, there is a series of process of legal obligations and negotiations that would enter into it. There's no easy fix to this. We have the protocol that provides the solutions to the problems caused by Brexit. The very people you referenced to, yes, were opposed to the Good Friday Agreement, who pushed Brexit the hardest, never had a plan for what happens on the island of Ireland. We have a plan. It's enshrined in international law. And all this nonsense that was foisted upon the Prime Minister is absolutely risible. We had a situation with the backstop. The Prime Minister decided to go back to what we have now in the form of the protocol. It was agreed. He won a general election on the back of it, and his very negotiator is now trashing it, regardless of the opinions of people who've always opposed this, or indeed always opposed the Good Friday Agreement. The situation is clear. Everyone is committed to maintaining the open, free-flowing nature of the border on the island of Ireland. That is enshrined in an international peace treaty lodged with the United Nations. It would absolutely be craven of anyone in the British government or beyond to think they can somehow force the Irish government or our European partners to erect checks. We have a much better solution. We will see this evening very, very generous proposals from the Commission that respond to the needs of the people of Northern Ireland. And I'd have to ask at this point, where does the British government figure in responding to the needs of the people of Northern Ireland?
The European Union met on many occasions with members of the business community in Northern Ireland, political community in Northern Ireland. They want the protocol to work. Boris Johnson did not take on board the opinions of the people of Northern Ireland when it came to implementing Brexit. There was no negotiation. There was no consideration of the people of Northern Ireland. Remember, the likes of Jacob Rees-Mogg, who said there would be we can erect an electronic border, something that doesn't exist. Taking these people as fools, taking them for fools, treating them like crap. As I've said before, the Tories don't give a crap about the people of Northern Ireland. They never had. But they're willing to use it as a political football, as a bargaining chip. Now, in regards to Northern Ireland, yes, the DUP pushed Brexit. They want the protocol gone, and they have no plan. Well, no, actually, they do have a plan. They want to put a hard border on the island of Ireland. They don't want to say that, but that's exactly what they want. But what is Boris Johnson's plan? It seems to be to not carry out checks on goods moving from Great Britain into Northern Ireland. Now, none of this would have been necessary if there was the UK backstop. Anyway, how will the EU respond to this? With tariffs, perhaps? One of the biggest exports, I should say, is cars. Now, could Nissan be targeted by the European Union? This would be extremely damaging for the British government. It could be other exports could be targeted. You know, you don't start a trade war with your nearest neighbor if your nearest neighbor is bigger than you. And you also don't start a trade war if you're a bloody island. Well, how is this going to play out in the US? Because I think Boris Johnson has basically given up on any US trade deal, one of the main goals of Brexit. Why is he playing these games? And how are these games going to end up? Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.